Hey everybody, this is Brylander with PortalPowerTV, and I've just got a really short, quick video. Wanted to show y'all how I organize my creation crystals for Skylanders Imaginators. And you know, if you're as addicted to as I am to the game and being able to make creations, of course I've got a series I call Skylanders Imaginators, and where I'm taking and making Imaginators, but recreating popular fictional characters like, you know, Deadpool and Iron Man and Spider-Man and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, it gets a little out of hand after a while trying to remember what has them, you know, what creations you have in each of the crystals. So, of course, you know, Skylanders, they give you these stickers here, and you could peel this one off here and, of course, you know, wrap it around here. But I don't know, there's, that's kind of permanent, and we all know, wink, wink, that you can't reset the crystals. But, you know, I found a way that's not quite as permanent, but also keeps them all in good order and stuff like that. So, first of all, I did create 2 characters, and I have on these, and that video was just posted. This is Han Solo, and that's Chewbacca. See, don't they look like Han Solo and Chewbacca? And so with Han Solo, I made him a quick shot. And so, of course, just like you always would, I would take the quick shot sticker and go ahead and put it on the crystal like that. And then Chewbacca, I made a bow slinger, and so we'll take the bow slinger sticker off and get it on this crystal like so. But after that, if you've got more than one life bow slinger or more than one earth quick shot, unless you just have a great memory and can remember, you know, what's what, you know, you need a way of labeling it. So what I found, 2 ways. First of all, the first way I was doing was leaving them in the package. And what I would actually do ahead of time is I would just break the tape seal on both sides of this thing, and I would just gently open the box up just enough to expose you know, one of the 2 sides here. And then what I would do is I'd take a Sharpie, and these are printable business cards. They come on a big sheet, and you print them out, and then you separate them, and you can make like homemade business cards out of them. But I just separate them as blank, and like in this particular case, I'm just going to call this an unknown creation, because right now I don't have a name for it, but just to show you how it looks. And I would just write the name of the character on here. And then I'd pick a side, and I personally always chose this particular side, but I would slide that down in the box, like so. And then I would just, and I'd even put the plastic flap down this time and close the box back up. Like that. And so then the name of the character would appear right on the side, and I could actually just, you know, set them all down and set them row after row, and I could just see what character was in my boxes. But that got to still be really bulky because I have a lot of these crystals. I probably have over 50 of them at this point, and so I found a slightly better way, or at least for me. And I bought these string marking tags, and you can get a package like this for like $2, and there's 100 of them in here. And so inside of there are these little tags. Like this. It's got a string and a little tag on it. And what I do is first I start and I'll write the name of the character real neatly with my Sharpie right on here. So this is Han Solo. And I would usually flip it over and write it on both sides. Like so. And then the next thing I do is I actually want to tie a little small knot about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch away from this hole. So I would usually loop this over like so and feed this through, and then try to guide this knot downward to where it's within, like I said, about 3/4 of an inch or so from the top. And that's just that once, let me cut this open too, and then the other knot, if yours come knotted like that, then splice that open. But then that way, once this is opened up like so, and you tie it around, it doesn't tie it right up against here. It gives a little bit of a hanging space from there. So anyway, I would take my crystal and I would wrap it around like so, and then I would tie it off just right around the glass part of the crystal like that. And then I would grab the two ends and just kind of pull it down, work it down as far as it'll go. And as you can see here, this part just kind of free flaps down over the edge. And then this back part over here, I typically would just pull it back and just kind of trim it right behind there and just discard that. So this would be the way that the crystal would actually you know, have the little tag on it. And if you set it somewhere, and I'll show you my collection, you know, where it's on the edge of a shelf, the name tags just hang off and you can actually see them really cool. So that's how they were done with that. So I'm gonna do one more real quick. And like I said, this is Chewbacca. So I'll take this tag and write Chewbacca on both sides. And then I can snip that knot off at the end and then create a new knot down here at the bottom. There you go. Small knot right down there. And then open up the itself and tie it off around it. There's one and two, and then just grab both sides and kind of bring it down and center it like that. And then, like I said, I normally like to just cut off those loose ends just so they don't hang, and discard that. And then there's my tag for Chewbacca, and it would just hang where I can read what it is and go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I set these things up on my shelves, and you'll be able to see the rest of my my collection of my crystals. All right, so you can kind of see right there how they're sitting on a shelf. This is just some of the shelves in my living room, and what the one box would look like, and I've converted them all back to this tag style. But you see that one, and then as you come up here, you start seeing some of my other crystals and the names and the tags that are on them. So they all just sit real neatly on the edge of the shelf. And just keep going up and going across, and you can see that pretty much all of the REmaginator videos that I made, I still have the creation crystal for each and every one of those guys. So I just put them on my movie shelves in front of the movies, since I had about some good space in front of them all. But there's how I get all my creation crystals. And if for some reason I do decide to excuse me, reset one of the crystals, I can always just snip that tag off and put a new name on it. So anyway guys, that's kind of it for this video. Appreciate you hanging out with me, and hopefully I'll catch you in my next REmaginator video. Talk to y'all later. Take care. God bless.